Yes, Egypt's role is also definitely fostered through interfaith dialogue and the respect of peaceful coexistence, and this has been actually manifested in more than one relation with the outside world. Of course, we really offer our condolences on the loss of the icon of peace, the late Pope Francis of the Vatican. Al-Azhar has announced that they are going to share in the funeral to pay respects to the late Pope with an official delegation. Our relations with the Vatican and how symbolic he was symbolizing, the late Pope Francis, I mean, meanings of peace, meanings of respect to other religions, of peaceful coexistence.
He was all that in practice. He communicated with other faiths in sincerity, and with Al-Azhar in particular with practicality, and he was an expression of the support to world conscious to the Palestinian issue. I think Pope Francis have exceeded the traditional limit to represent the poor in the third world and the victims of war and destructions. He was the voice of peace. He is, as the pontiff means, is a bridge between all those people and culture, and he definitely will be remembered not only in Egypt and the Muslim world, but in all areas and arenas where justice has to be addressed in a time where justice has been ignored, where human life was attacked, where international law was disrespected, where a unilateral against multilateral is prevailing.
Yeah, Egypt's role in promoting interfaith dialogue has been respected all over the world, and Al-Azhar is actually playing a very important role in that respect. We've seen earlier, as we remember the late pontiff, the different visits, the official visit that he made to Egypt, and how it was smashing headlines worldwide. How can we utilize on such important visits for maintaining and further promoting peaceful coexistence?
I think the Vatican played over the area of peace and security a very important role. Pope Francis in particular has this very special characteristics of peace, of bringing in more life to the teaching and judgments, and also more life to the talks between or dialogue between civilizations and dialogue between religions. And I think the achievement he made with Sheikh Al-Azhar, or the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, was important, and I hope that the Vatican will keep this humanitarian gain further, and will open up more gates for communication between culture and civilization, because civilizations, Tahiri, do talk, they do not clash.
Yes, civilizations do talk and not clash, and this was really evident during the visit of French President Macron, where we had seen Egypt's soft power and civilizational role quite evident in that visit. We've seen also cultural diplomacy very evident, and also people-to-people relations that was crystal clear.
Absolutely. I think this visit reflected all this and encompasses the trust France and Europe in general do have in Egypt's role as one of the most reliable and credible partners to Europe. As you know, Tahrir, we are the southern border of Europe. And I think President Macron do understand that. When I was in Germany, Chancellor Merkel was always saying that stability in the Middle East is from the stability of Europe, and the success of the Middle East is success of Europe. And I think the Middle East, at the southern fringe of the European geography, is a very important place where President Macron do really understand its language, its culture, its background history. So does our people. We understand France, and we understand President Macron and where he came from, and how our culture affinity have brought us to see the walk they had in Khan al-Khalili, where a popular welcome has been given so warmly to President Macron and to the relations between Egypt and France, and above all between Europe and the Middle East.
Yes.